Have you ever felt like you're living two different lives? On the outside, you're saying the right prayers and showing up at the right times. But on the inside, there's a quiet war going on. You wonder if God sees the person you are when no one is looking. And more importantly, you wonder if that person is even capable of truly changing. We often treat faith like a checklist. We think if we don't commit the big sins, we're doing okay. But then a sudden clarity hits you in the middle of the day. You realize that while your hands are clean, your heart is heavy with things you'd never admit out loud. You hate the sin, yet you find yourself falling into the same patterns of thought, anger, pride, or hidden desires. You feel like a hypocrite because the religious version of you doesn't match the inner version of you. This is the tension between the flesh and the spirit. It's the process of sanctification. The very fact that you feel this inner conviction is actually a sign of life. A dead heart doesn't worry about its purity. Only a heart being touched by God feels the weight of its own shadows. We've been told that as long as we don't hurt someone, we're fine. But have you ever felt that sharp, cold bitterness towards someone who wronged you? You haven't done anything, but that repeated message in your mind keeps playing the argument over and over. You want to be a person of peace, but you're holding on to a prison of your own making. Jesus tells us that God looks at the root, not just the fruit. Hatred is the seed, murder is just the tree. True freedom doesn't come when the other person apologizes. It comes when you ask God to release the grip that anger has on your soul. It's a move from outward politeness to deep peace. It's easy to stay faithful in the physical world where people are watching, but what about the world inside your head? Maybe it's a struggle with lust, or perhaps it's just a sense of longing for a life that isn't yours. You feel guilty for thoughts you can't seem to turn off. You're performing for the world, but your mind feels like a battlefield. This is where God wants to meet you. He isn't interested in your ability to hide. He's interested in your desire to be whole. Purity isn't about white-knuckling your way through temptation. It's about a sense of purpose that outweighs the momentary distraction. It's asking Him to discipline the mind so the heart can finally rest. Most of us are good at loving the people who love us back. It's easy to be kind to those who are kind to you. But what about the person who makes your blood boil? The one who represents everything you disagree with? You feel a conviction about sin when you realize your love has limits. You realize your heart is only open to people who fit within your circle. The reason? To love an enemy is the ultimate sign of a heart transformed by Christ. It's not a natural human emotion, it's a supernatural gift. When you find yourself praying for someone you used to resent, that is the Spirit shaping you daily. If you've felt these things, the frustration, the hidden battles, the desire for something deeper, then you are exactly where you need to be. God isn't looking for a polished performance. He is looking for a broken and contrite heart. True righteousness isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest. It's about reliance on God to do the work you cannot do for yourself. Stop trying to fix the outside. Instead, sit in the quiet and ask Him to change the inside out. Because the greatest transformation doesn't happen on a stage or in a crowd. It happens in the silence of a heart that finally decides to stop hiding.